Christine, I'd like to just ask you how you've made your business so successful coming to this point.
Yes.
What are the key drivers or the key things that you've done?
Well, I suppose I don't know whether I see my business as successful, but I suppose success is all relative to what we aspire to. It gets in the material world, it may be questionable whether it's really successful, but ultimately the success has been absolutely being dedicated to relentlessly understanding that we are more than a physical body, that we have a spiritual essence, and that we have to incorporate the mind-body-soul connection. And to do that very thoroughly and to cover all those aspects, because we have a physical body and it's important to look after that and eat well and exercise and all those sorts of things. But some people go down that track and forget about their emotions. They might be very fit and healthy, but they find that things start to go wrong with their body because they're not addressing the emotions. And the same with the mind and the spiritual aspects. So it's looking at the whole person. And I think one of the reasons that my business has done very well is that I've been dedicated in incorporating all of that. It's not to say that other people don't do that, but they'll often focus on one area. But
their life and forget about the other one.
Correct. Yeah. And so I've been a bit like a dog with a bone, really, about incorporating all of that, because it all ripples out and it's all so connected. And that's when you get the profound shifts. And with the essences, what's so wonderful about them, that they'll work with the mindset, they'll work with the behaviours, they'll work with the emotions, they'll work with the spiritual aspect of yourself, and they even support you in clearing your blocks so you look after your health, which is quite interesting, because the Life Force one in particular, I was just speaking to a client yesterday and she's just started on it, she's been using it about a week. She's only a young woman, probably about 30, and she just had a tendency of not really looking after herself very well. Well, after speaking to her on the phone, she said, it's amazing. She said, I just want to walk everywhere now. And she says, I'm eating so much better, my energy's better, I'm having more early nights.
So it's got a flow-on effect.
Correct.
To all the facets.
Correct. Yeah. And that's where they've been so profound and why they're so useful for people. We're not saying that they heal all and do everything, but they're the catalyst for you to be guided for the answers that are right for you. So they'll clear the blocks that might be hindering that as well. And at this time, on the planet and where we are, that's like our best friend, supporting us all day, every day, to guide us into, or helping us guide ourselves into what we need to do for our well-being and our personal development.
So it sounds like by building your business to support other people's, empowering those people is what's made your business a success.
Yes, well, I guess it has, and that's always been my passion. I just absolutely love seeing people be all they are and to live that, because we're all magnificent. We've just sometimes learned or taken on stuff that says that we're not. And I don't mean magnificent as in ego. I'm talking about just really getting the true essence of ourselves. And this is where the essences play that part. You start to shine, you start to sparkle, you start to sort of get it, because you're working at a different level of consciousness, and you're more elevated, and so things that start to happen in your life and challenges, you can address them more easily.
And I guess the other the information and the resources might open up when you are more open, because when you're stuck in that spot,
correct,
there might be a whole lot of stuff that's available, you just can't see it.
That's right. If we're blocked, we're blocked. And we read the books, we might do the workshops.
Nothing comes through.
But nothing really happens. And you think, well, but Joe Blow over there, he read the book and he did X, Y, Z.
Why can't I?
Yeah, why can't I? And this is where we have to understand that we have a vibration. Whether people want to dispute that or not, we can measure it, we can take pictures of it. It does exist. And so it can be a really powerful ally, or it can be a huge hindrance for us. So if we can utilise that to our fullest potential, we can start living our full potential. And so that's something that's sort of unseen, and we don't know what it's projecting out there, and whatever we're projecting out there, we get back. So if we can start shifting those blocks of what we're projecting out there and giving different messages, guess what? We get different messages coming back, and you start to see that in your life. And it can be very subtle, but that's your life. When you get out of bed every day, that's your life. For things to start running smoothly, you know, someone rings you that's, you know, gives you some sort of opportunity, or you see a sign that you've been passing for the last 2 years, and all of a sudden you see it and the lights go on. So as you shift your vibration, this is what unfolds. And so sometimes the transformation is subtle but quite profound when you look at what is actually unfolding. When you look back a month, 6 months, you can see where, wow, all these different things have actually fallen into place for me. And you may not have noticed it at the time. And some people who are very aware will notice it, but the bottom line is it's happening, which is really, really great.